Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamika Robinson, and here on this channel, we are all about uplifting, encouraging, and motivating you to become a better version of yourself by solely focusing on you and learning how to heal from the things that we all know we need to heal from. So, if you are new here, I would like to welcome you. If you are returning, I want to personally say thank you, and I'm going to jump right into it. Today, I'm going to be talking about how, people take your kindness for weakness, okay? And we've all heard that before. But what I want to add to it is when God opens your eyes and allows you to see the truth about the people in your family, the relationship, the jobs, your co-workers, and just the people you had in your life that you had to separate from on this self-healing journey. Okay, it's not going to feel good. It's not going to make you feel good, because as you look back, you're going to be thinking to yourself, why didn't you say something? Or why didn't you answer, those little jokes? And why didn't you recognize the little jokes that was about you? Or why didn't you realize that the people around you really didn't love you for real? They was just pretending, right? And what I want you to know is, once God shows you the truth about the people, okay, because it's not you. You got to remember that. It's not you. It was the people. When God show you the truth about people, you got to take it and look at it for what it is, right? You got to take the lesson and kind of turn it into a blessing, because if you're not careful, okay, you will allow it to change who you are and change your heart, your genuine heart, right? Because it'll make you harden your heart. That's why God said, if you hear my voice today, don't harden your heart, right? And, it'll make you feel like, oh, okay, well, I'm never going to be, as nice and kind and loyal and cheerful. I'm never going to be like that again, because people is going to take your kindness for weakness, right? But what I want to remind you today is, once you find out the truth, because God is going to show you the truth, right? Don't let it change who you are. Please do not let it change your heart, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a happy person, with being a genuine person. There's nothing wrong with uplifting the people that you come into contact with. It's nothing wrong with you being yourself, right? But on the self-love journey, now that you're on this journey, what's going to happen is, you're going to be able to be yourself around people that really love you, and people that really accept your good heart for who you are, right? And your good character, without trying to demise you, without trying to compete with you, without, you know, what am I looking for here, Holy Spirit? You know how people try to gaslight you, right? You don't have to worry about all that on this side of the journey, but it's going to take some time. Okay, and during that time, you still have to work on being yourself, because see, God created you to have a good heart for a reason, and everybody don't have a good heart, and that's what you find out on this journey. And those type of things can make you a little stiff-necked, make you a little stern on the inside, to make you feel like you have to change. Let me tell you something. If you being loyal to somebody or loyal to people, if you only want what's best for people, if you genuinely cheer for people when they win, and they take that as a sign of weakness, okay, and want to talk about you behind your back and make up lies and all of these things, that don't have nothing to do with you. That's a part of their character. That's who they are, okay? That don't mean change who you are, because God created you to be that way for a reason. And at some point, confirmation. At some point in time, you're going to come into contact people that love your good heart. They love your laugh. They love your quirkiness. They love the way you dress. They love the way everything about you, right? But see, you couldn't see that back then because you were surrounded by people who hated you. They covered up their hate with a mask to cover their face. So when they covered their face with the mask, it's like covering the hate that they have for you and coming around you. Oh, hey, girl. Hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing? I love you. You know, you my cousin, all that fake stuff, right? But see, you couldn't tell it was fake because they had a mask on. And see, you was just being yourself. You see one of your people pull up in a brand new car, you are genuinely happy for them. You see somebody get a new house, somebody get married, you are genuinely happy for them. But let you get something. Let you get a new t-shirt. And back there, they ready to drag you down and pull you down. They're talking about everything that you do, right? That don't have nothing to do with you. That's a part of their character. Because see, whatever is inside of a person, which we cannot see, is what's going to eventually show up on the outside. So you can't allow those things that God showed you to change your heart. And that is a very fearful part, right? I'm not saying this is easy, but this is just something to take into consideration as you go through, right? Because see, it's not going to be fair, or it's not going to even, matter of fact, it's not going to even happen if you harden your heart and change who you are because of what you've been through, right? You're not going to be able to come into contact with high vibrational people, people that love themselves, people that don't have nothing to hide, because you're going to be too guarded and you're going to be fearful. And see, God said we don't have no fear. Right? So you got to work through what God showed you and understand that God is showing you who they are, not so that you can change the way you are or the way you see yourself, but just so that you can know why things happen the way that they happen, why nothing ever worked out for you back then, because you had so many people stabbing you in the back with swords, you know, when you couldn't see, while you was basically asleep. You know, it's like being in the mud, okay, and they see you with a little strength. I'm talking about the toxic family members. I'm talking about that toxic relationship, right? They see you slowly trying to crawl up out the mud, and then they go run and tell the whole family, oh, she trying to crawl up out the mud. Come on, y'all. And then they come and they all get together and they stomp down on you to push you back further down in the mud. That's why it seemed like, you know, you take one move and you just happy you moving along, and then something happens and you just get knocked back 10 steps. Okay, that's how it is with them people. Let that stay with them. Let people think and do whatever they want to do and say whatever they want to say, but don't allow it to have an effect on you, and don't make you feel like you have to change your heart. Because see, this world may not respect people that wants to spread love, okay, and love themselves, because they see that as a sign of weakness. That may be how the world view it, but see, to God, it means a lot. It means a lot in the spiritual realm. Things that we can't see, like the inside, right? Because see, you get protection from God when you stay who you are, when you remain the person that God created, no matter what you've been through. No matter how hard life was for you, you still got a good heart. You still have love in your heart. You still have love for God. And see, that means a lot to God and to your spiritual family. You get love, you get blessings, you get protection. You get things that those other people that want to take that as a sign of weakness, you get things that they don't get. Okay? And you have to remember that you don't have anything to prove at this point. If you're watching this channel, if you still watching this video, then that means you ain't no joke, right? That means you ain't the one to play with. That means you know how to pop off You got a side to you that a lot of people just don't know and they just don't get a chance to see. But baby, it's there, right? But you don't got nothing to prove to nobody. You had something to prove back then when you were surrounded by toxic people doing toxic things. Yeah, you was out there fighting and cussing and smoking and drinking and going toe to toe and tit for tat with whoever needed to, have that work. But see, over here, you don't have anything to prove to nobody because God knows exactly who you are because he created you. So on this journey, while you learning how to love yourself, that's a part of you. That negative side, that rageful side, that side that'll go up against anybody in the physical, right? But you got to learn how to take that, balance it out with the goodness that you have, right? And walk as a balanced person, but still being yourself. So that means we don't, on this side of the journey, we don't respond to negativity. We don't have time. We don't think that way anymore. Your brain, your mind has been transformed, right? You've gone through a heart surgery, so your heart is not the same anymore. When I say heart surgery, I mean a heart surgery from God. Spiritual things that people can't see. When you come out on this side, when you get separated and you get pulled away, God's going to transform your heart and put you a new heart in there so that you can hold what he's giving you, okay? And remember what you've been through and balance it out so that you can walk authentically, so that you can still be yourself, so that you can still have a good heart. You can still love. You can still laugh. You can still be who God created you to be. Because see, now you have to remember, you're going to be equipped with the tools that your parents and your mama and your grandmama and them never gave you. See, you was going through life doing jobs with no tools. But on this side of the journey, God is going to put the tools in your hand, teach you how to use those tools before he even send you out to do a job. So it's okay for you to remain, being loyal, being happy, showing love, spreading love. And it's going to take some time for you to realize that it's not easy to come away from the people who's supposed to love you the most, okay? And when God show you the truth about them, it can be very, very heavy on your heart, make you want to close off to the whole world, make you not even want to deal with people anymore. Because if the people that's closest to you can do you the way that they done you, you can just imagine what a stranger would do. That's how you gonna feel. And it's okay. Feel what you gonna feel, but deal with it and heal with it. So by healing with it, you still come out remembering, okay, that you can still have a good heart. When you get into another relationship, you can still be loyal. You don't have to shut yourself down. You don't have to close yourself off. When you come into contact with good people, you can be loyal to them. You can share your good energy, your loving, uplifting, encouraging energy with them and leave them with a good feeling. It's okay to do that. You're safe to do that over here because now you have the tools. And the tools meaning when people show you something that, may not agree with your spirit or agree with your energy, you're going to walk right away. You ain't going to waste no time. You're not going to allow anybody to show you. You're going to already know. Because that's the tool that God is going to give you for you to be able to use it so that you can remain being true to yourself and being true to who God created you to be. So, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. And I just want to remind somebody, because I know how hard it can be, how hurtful it can be when you realize what the people closest to you have done to you and how they really feel about you, right? And I also know how we can be angry about those things and feel a certain type of way on the inside. And you don't want to stay that way. You don't want to stay there. You want to listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to how you feel, acknowledge how you feel. Because see, on this side of the journey, we don't need anybody to acknowledge our emotions. We acknowledge our own emotions. So it's okay for you to self-examine yourself and say, you know what, I'm pissed off today. I'm not feeling it today. I'm having these thoughts. It's okay. Validate yourself, but don't stay there. You get back up and you keep moving forward and you continue to be in the person that God created you to be. Because if anybody take your kindness and your goodness as a sign of weakness, then they got some stuff going on with them that you don't, you shouldn't want anything to do with. And it's no reflection on you. It's a reflection on what they have going on inside of them. So if anybody have not yet told you today that they love you, let me be the first to tell you that I love you. But most importantly, Jesus loves us so much more. Thank you so very much for listening to me today. Stay prayed up and have a blessed day.